So 3 years ago, I moved to Augsburg, and I was standing right here next to the train station, and I was convinced that the city center is on my left, what would be somewhere in Hohenstetten, and that wasn't right at all. So my sense of orientation was like nothing, and I was a bit lost in this new city, and that's something where my infographic should help, because it gives an overview for people who are new to Augsburg, who are students like me and want to get to know the city and want to get to know where is the university, how do I get to nice places, where are the bars and everything. And yeah, that's how I came up with the idea. And to explain it a bit, I put the University of Applied Sciences in the center because that is the main part, because it's for students. And from there, you see the different sections of the districts. And then you see 3 kinds of circles. And the circles, like the distance from the university, shows the distance from the university to the district. So the ones in the inner circle are the districts that are close to the university, and the ones out here are the districts that are most far away. And then if you look at the symbols, they describe different parameters. At first, it's the garden that shows how much green space there is. Then there is the pool that describes the water bodies, and the balcony that shows how much recreation areas there are. And then you also see that the symbols are different in the color and the height. And the height of the house describes how many students there are. So if the house is high, there are many students, and if the house is a small one, there are just not that many. And the color describes how expensive the district is, because of course, when you're living close to the city center, it's often more expensive and harder to find a flat. And then if you look at the outline, you see those small icons, and they describe the amount of bars and shops and restaurants. So if it's important for you to get some drinks in the evening or something, you have to look at the icons, and when there are many icons, then you can be sure, okay, there are a lot of possibilities in my surrounding. Yes, that's basically all that I wanted to show there, and the hardest thing for me was to create those symbols, because at first I wanted to make abstract symbols that look nice, and I tried hundreds of sketches, and but the problem was that I didn't have a real concept. Yeah, you see it here. Like, I tried a lot with cutting out paper and watercolors and different colors and everything. But I just realized it's just not working. And then at some point I decided that I don't want to keep it that abstract. I want to have a sign that you can relate to and that fits into my concept. So I came up with the idea to make tiny little houses, because it's about a city where there are a lot of houses and it's about living there. And then I started drawing houses, and I kind of fell in love with the illustration style, but that was the point where I realized I'm not an infographic designer yet, because I wasn't thinking as one, because I was drawing them and added all the details and was like, oh, this balcony looks nice, and there's another plant and everything, and it looked like that. And then I realized that I have to cut it a bit down to to show the actual information, because that is just too much, and it's nice for a book or anything, but not for an infographic. And then I reduced everything that I didn't need and that's what came out at the end. And now I just would like to travel back in time and show my old me, hey, don't worry, look at this infographic and then you will be fine. Yes.
Thank you for the great presentation. And one thing that struck my eye, that is the circular layout of your graphic. Can you point out why you chose that?
Well, I started with that at first as well, but the thing was I wanted to give an overview to make it easy to compare the districts with each other, and with this O shape you can now easily see, okay, the distance is there further than over there, and the houses are big or small, and you have all at once, and yeah, that was the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
Right, so the baseline is this one. From that baseline,
yes.
the houses are building up.
Yes.
All right, I see. Thank you very much.